How you doing? Episode 40 is a wrap. We capped off our 40th episode with Andrea Blum in Toronto, Canada.
International, baby.
We took this thing international. It was go time. We've had some technical difficulties trying to line things up with a few people. We appreciate their patience because they have went and we kept having errors and everything. So I'm glad this one went and executed. I actually had a backup plan on something new. Didn't have to execute it. Came out good. She was awesome. I mean, she has not been feeling well. She put work in today and then still scheduled a podcast.
Yes.
Like 9 o'clock her time.
So much appreciated.
Yeah, she's awesome. She really is a trooper out there. And I imagine it's like negative 10 degrees. So, but Toronto was actually kind of interesting. The markets are pretty similar when you compare some stuff.
Yes. There is a foreigner tax though. So if you are an American citizen trying to buy in Canada, there's a 15% tax, and that is on top of the list price. So if you're paying $1 million for a house, you're looking at 15% above that price for the foreigner's tax.
Yeah, but she's saying the growth is expected to pretty much double out there, and it's a pretty good owner-renter ratio, 69%. So a lot of owners out there. The tax came into effect back in about 2017 when they seen like an influx of people, foreign investors coming from Asia. Prices are pretty high. High average. I don't know how to compare it depending on where you're looking at. They're about the same as here. For the most part, schools is a huge thing. So this side of the street, house could be nice and cheap. Right on the other side, these people are willing to pay $300,000 more to have an address. So they're associated with the school. It's one of the number one things that is important when buying a house. Property taxes really fluctuate. So prices are very scattered, very diverse out there. A lot of culture, people from all over. Canada is a very immigrant country. So they have people from all over the place.
She named off probably 6 or 7 different restaurants, and they were all different ethnic food.
She covered pretty much every kind of food there was. Best restaurant that she recommended, like rapid fire. She knew exactly Italian, Middle Eastern, anything you wanted.
Tacos.
Mexican food.
Which, by the way, I wrote that one down, and it's called Grand Electric.
Yeah, some of them had some very unique names.
And I couldn't even try to spell it, and y'all know me, I'm the speller.
And she's out there and struggled with one of them. But Chinese food, they pretty much have everything. So, kind of cold.
Yeah, she said, below 40? Or negative
40. So, I mean, if you're
40.
heading out there from Orange County, where we're from, you might want to pack more than flip-flops and shorts.
Just don't.
You might.
I wouldn't.
But she has said they have seen a little pattern where it's not getting as cold as it was 11 years ago when she got there. But just all in all, had a lot of fun on this podcast, learning how similar but how different our markets are. And Andrea she's really full of knowledge, and it is hard to cover. And you could tell that she was having a hard time talking about the market as a whole because it varies so much. But I think she did an amazing job touching bases on each category and what you could get.
Yes.
Because it is really hard to say everything about what's going on in the market when you're talking price and an overall. But they do have a shortage of inventory, especially in the lower price. And yeah, it was a blast. I want to make sure we kind of cover 450 or 350 to 400. You get about a 500 square foot condo. So
she referenced it to a larger closet.
Yeah. So a larger closet.
That's what she said.
It's 500 square feet, but hey, they got a good employment up there. Healthcare is great. So check it out. Episode 40. There's a lot to talk about. It was our longest one. We probably almost touched an hour. But episode 40, Andrea Blum, she is awesome. The full podcast will be below. All of her info will be below. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to share the podcast, share the video, like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate the support. And if you have any questions about the Toronto market, please reach out to her. She is amazing. Have a good one, Pore Team. Out.